On this episode of Resort Wars, we each draft our version of the perfect Walt Disney World resort. Today's June 26, 2026, and this is episode 881 of the Main Street Magic Podcast.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts, Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Main Street Magic. I'm your host, Jeremy Stein, and as always, I'm joined by my lovely wife, Rhonda.
Hey guys!
If you want to be part of the community and join the conversation, get the latest theme park news, as well as live streams from the parks and resorts, head to Facebook and search for the Main Street Magic community and ask to join.
Make sure you check us out on the web at mainstmagic.com, as well as follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at mainstmagic, and on TikTok at MSM Podcast.
Planning a trip to Disneyland or Walt Disney World can be overwhelming and at times just downright frustrating. But don't worry, because Mouse Dining removes the frustration of booking Disney dining reservations, alerting you when they spot availability for your desired restaurant, date, meal, and time. Visit msmfriends.com to use this free service.
And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can get brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday.
Are you ready for your bucket list trip? Our trusted partner, MEI Travel, will handle the planning so you can focus on the memories. They offer free vacation planning services and have nearly 20 years of experience creating memorable vacations. Visit mainstmagic.com/travel for a fee-free, no-obligation quote today.
Well, hello everyone. I hope everyone out there is staying very cool and hydrated in this hot summer.
Hot, dude.
So my client last night, Megan,
Oh my goodness.
who actually goes to Disney a lot, Megan and Josh, she looked at me and she said, "It's going to be a bad hurricane season." And I said, "What? Why?" I'm like, "Aren't we in it?" But
September, October is when you're like in it.
Unfortunately, she looked at me and she said, "Because it's so hot." And I go,
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, I guess it makes sense." So we'll see. But anyways, like I said, I hope everybody's staying cool.
I am. I just stay indoors.
Yeah, you are. And you're very handsome.
Well, thank you. I
got
a
beard
glow up.
trim. You
Isn't that what the kids call
did.
it?
They do.
Yeah, I got a glow up. I
got
had
a
not
haircut. But
I had not
did
had a haircut for a real haircut. What, 3-4 months probably? Maybe?
more than that. It's
More than that. It's been quite some time.
Yeah, it's a little
and then
annoying.
I had not had my beard trimmed up since the cruise.
Oh, was it?
And that was
really?
April 20th. So April, May, June, you're talking 2.5 months almost. Well, a little over 2 months of the beard. And so, yeah, Rhonda cut my hair yesterday. Went this morning to my spot and got my beard all done. Got my facial. So, yeah, I am now presentable for all of the content, especially that we're putting in Wonderland Crew.
Yeah.
If you want to get a taste of that, you can go to our Patreon group, Wonderland Crew. You can find all that through wonderlandcrew.com. We are doing 5 videos in 5 days this week. That's just from our trip last week. So you can come check all that out. And there's previews of each of the videos on there. There's a 30-second preview if you want to see what you're getting into. And also, we now have an option if there's only certain things you want. You don't have to join. You can actually just purchase single videos and content. Yeah. But check it out at wonderlandcrew.com. So today, we're going to bridge the gap between our first Resort Wars series, which was that initial several rounds of pitting up resorts against each other. And when we come back with that, it's going to be the winners. We're going to start putting the winners against each other. And in the end, probably a year by the time we're done with this, we'll have one Resort War winner. But I thought it'd be fun in between these two for Rhonda and I to build our own perfect Walt Disney World resort.
Fun, he says.
Yeah, it's fun for me. Rhonda does not like homework. But this game, this type of stuff, I'm also putting on Wonderland Crew. So if you want these, just downloadable PDFs that you can print, you can play at home. We've done that with all of our Truth or Dares, and we're going to do it with the future ones we're doing. And we already had some folks that were like, "Yeah, we played this with the family last night,"
That's awesome.
which I love hearing.
I do too.
Let's get in first to the rules because it wouldn't be any fun if we didn't have rules. Rule number 1, this is a snake draft.
What is that?
So, you're so
Ew.
excited. So this is a danger noodle draft. I prefer a different term. So basically I have a die here. It is singular. So it is only one die. I'm going to roll. I'm going to let you pick odds or evens. Would you like odd or even?
I don't care. You prefer probably
Oh,
even.
I don't care. You pick.
Really?
You want what do you want? Odds or even?
I'm gonna say even.
Even. All right. So I rolled. It is a 1. It is odd, which means I will go first. What that means is I go first. In the next round, you go first. In the third round, and the next round, you go first. Then me, you, me, you. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So we just have to keep a track of that in our heads. So that is rule number 1. Rule number 2, no duplicate picks. So if, for example, we are selecting a lobby and it is my turn, I pick Wilderness Lodge, and that's what Rhonda was going to pick, she cannot pick it any longer, which means she needs to go to a backup. We each have a worksheet that we have done our primary pick and our backup pick. So if one of us picks the other person's pick for that category or round, then you got to go to your backup. Rule number 3, you got to tell us why you're picking it, right?
Okay.
So give us the reasons. We like to have a little conversation.
Yeah.
Rule number 4 that Rhonda doesn't know about. There is a steel card. I've printed steel cards. We each get 1 steel card.
Oh my gosh.
Any moment, you can say, I'm using my steel card, and you can take any pick from the other person. So you could wait all the way till the end if you wanted, and then go, you know what? I'm going to use it because I want this. Or again, in that example, if it was lobby and I said Wilderness Lodge, and you're like, no, I want that. You just say, I'm using my steel card. You can steal it. So we each have a steel card.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Rule number 5, the forced pick. So I printed a list of every Walt Disney World resort from value all the way to deluxe. And before we started and before we made our list, we randomly chose one, and we have to use that resort within our picks somewhere. And it's got to make the final cut. So it has to be in one of these categories. What was your forced pick? What resort? Yes.
I'm like, where did I put? Oh,
no. Which resort?
The
Was your forced
Contemporary.
pick? So you have one of your final 10 selections has to be the Contemporary.
Okay.
One of my final 10 selections has to be Saratoga Springs.
Okay.
I feel like you made out a little better on this one. And finally, rule number 6, no deluxe dynasties, which means each of us in our final pick has to include at least 1 value resort and 1 moderate resort. We don't want to just build an entire deluxe resort across the board.
Okay.
So this makes you vary it up. This was challenging when it got to the value, I feel like.
Not to me.
Well, good for you, Rhonda. Let's see. All right. Our draft categories before we get in. Round 1 is location. That will be an actual resort location. So we're not just saying the monorail resort area. You would have to say like Contemporary. Like that's where I want my resort.
Right.
Round 2 is overall theme. Round 3 is lobby. Round 4, standard room. We're not going to move into 1 bedrooms and stuff like that.
Right.
Round 5 is the pool. Round 6 is a quick service restaurant. Round 7, table service. Round 8, a lounge or bar. Round 9 is transportation. That obviously isn't a singular resort. It's a type of transportation. That's what you put, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay. And then finally, round 10 is recreation. Recreation goes outside of what just the pool has to offer. It can include poolside type activities, though.
Okay.
So, are you ready to get into it, Rhonda?
Yes.
I get the first pick, and we are starting with location. And my pick is Beach Club. Because you are not only right there at the International Gateway in the entrance to Epcot, obviously. You are a short boat ride or not awful walk to Hollywood Studios, right? You have closest resort access to the Skyliner there. Mm-hmm. Plus, you have access to everything that the boardwalk area has to offer. That's why I thought beach was going to be like the perfect location if I needed a specific spot to put it on. So now it is your turn. What is your pick?
Fort Wilderness.
Okay, why Fort Wilderness? I think that's an interesting pick.
Because you're really close to Magic Kingdom. And then you can get on a boat, and then you can get on a monorail to go to Epcot. From Epcot, you can get on a Skyliner to Hollywood. Okay. So, or a boat to Hollywood.
Yep. Wait, from Fort Wilderness.
Yeah, you have to get on the boat first to go to Magic Kingdom, and then you
right.
get on.
So everything starts with going to Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, or
as far as that area and location goes.
Yeah, but you're still pretty close. Like, I don't know. I just like that area.
Yeah. Well, and I think with that one too, you have a certain sense of a bit more quietness. You're away from most of the other areas and resorts. Now you're gonna have Lakeshore Lodge right there, but I think any of that area would be good because you're far removed from a lot of the other areas. Monorail area, if you're in any of those, Boardwalk area, Epcot, all of those, like it can get nuts. It can get so crowded. So I think that's a good pick. All right, we're gonna move on to round 2, which is the overall theme, and Rhonda gets the first pick in this one.
So I may have, maybe strangely to everybody, picked the All-Stars. Like if I'm allowed to have all of them.
Sure.
Because I love
which one specifically would you pick if
music.
you had to pick one? Music?
No, sorry, movies.
Movies?
I'm
Okay.
sorry, movies.
So you would pick movies.
If I had to, it would be movies.
Okay.
But I really, really like all the giant stuff, to be honest. I think you should take and tear down Art of Animation Little Mermaid area and take all that giant stuff and put over in the movie section.
Move it over. Yeah.
Over. And then, I love that. I just think it's so like Disney themed, and that's what majorly I'm there for.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like when I go and if I, sure, I did pick Polly for my backup because I was like, well, I do feel like overall themed, I am more in Hawaii. Like if I go to Riverside, if I go, like I've been there, but I don't feel like when I go to Disney, I'm going to Disney for Disney.
That makes sense.
So I personally prefer.
So yeah, I mean, I get that. Like,
theming.
yeah, you go into some of these other, like I'm going to pick Polly because I love that theming. I love the Moana, theming, especially as you look over at the new tower now that is weaved throughout. But I like your idea of saying, look, if I'm going to Disney, I really want Disney. And while, there aren't places that we technically go all the time that are themed to the Polynesian or to, New Orleans and stuff.
Right.
We do go to it at Disney, and they obviously have a lot of those subtle touches. If you were going to bring over the Little Mermaid specifically and all that stuff, what would you replace at movies? What section? Love Bug?
I mean,
Love
sure.
Bug, Herbie the Love Bug's on the back end there. Remember?
Yeah, then sure.
Yeah. Okay. My pick is Polly because I love it and I love all things Polynesian. I love the vibe. I love the laid back feel of it. Very excited to spend the 4th of July weekend there. We plan to spend a lot of the time at the resort, just soaking in that relaxation in the pool area and all. All right, we're going to move on to round 3, which is lobby, and it is your pick again because we are in the Danger Noodle draft style. So you get 2 rounds in a row.
Like it doesn't make sense to me, but I picked Wilderness Lodge.
All right, so you take my pick, which was going to be my number 1 pick
I mean,
for that one.
I feel like that's just number 1 period. Like I figured you would, so I didn't know, but I feel like I have a good backup. If I would have gone second, I picked Coronado.
You did not.
Yeah, I did.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Do you want to read my first and second picks? What was my first pick?
Wilderness.
What was my second
Coronado.
pick? Yeah. Well,
I mean, because Coronado now, when you walk into the check-in area now is Grandest, Tower.
Yep.
So, I mean, you pull up there, like it's just, you walk in, it's just gorgeous. You go to the railing, look up and down. It's just really cool.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, what I love, so obviously Wilderness Lodge is an easy one. Another conversation we had while we were sitting down making our picks was that, we didn't make a rule about not being able to pick the same resort twice, but we basically were like, hey, just like, I'm going to try not to put Polynesian for everything. Because it would be easy. Like I said to Ron, I was like, oh, we have to build our perfect resort. Okay, it's the Polynesian. I could hit the Polynesian on every single one of these and be satisfied.
Yeah.
I could do the same thing with the Wilderness Lodge. So we were trying to vary them up. I did have Wilderness though, because I mean, it's, when it has air conditioning, it's beautiful. They're still without AC. We're going on a week.
holy moly.
Yeah, it is. It's insane.
That's sad.
You need to close the whole entire resort down. I'm sorry. You just do. You need to close the whole thing.
Because how are they sleep? How are people sleep? Like,
I don't know.
how
I mean,
hot
people
is
have
it,
moved.
first of all?
They've moved people. I don't know. I know there's a lot of. Again, I've only kept up with the headlines. I haven't like dove into it a lot, but I know that they had brought in a bunch of units. They've been working on it. I don't know if they're going to bring down and replace the entire system now. Like, I don't know what level they're at, but when AC's working, it's a beautiful place to be.
Yes, it is.
Coronado is like when you drive into Coronado, into Gran Destino, like most resorts to check in, you park and you go walk in, right? Mm-hmm. And you do the same thing at Coronado and Gran Destino. But there's something different about that drive up that you don't get at any other resort.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you just don't get the same connection, I feel like, when you park at Wilderness Lodge and then you go walk in, when you park at Poly and then you go walk in, you know what I mean? Or Grand Flow, like, you seem all of a sudden farther removed, whereas it just feels all in one. As you're parking your car, the whole time you're staring at this beautiful, was it 18, 19 floor tower, you know? And then as you walk up to, like, it's just such a grand entrance, and that dual level lobby, the way that they have it built, is just absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
So that's why I went with Coronado as my second pick. That is the one I will take. That also covers me on my moderate resort.
Yeah.
You are covered on your value resort so far.
Yes.
So you still need to make sure a moderate shows up. I still need to make sure that a value shows up. And then you got to have contemporary. I got to have Saratoga. All right. Standard rooms. This is my pick. We just got back from it. It is my favorite refurbishment that they have done, and it is Riverside, specifically in the Magnolia Bend in the mansions.
Yeah.
It's stunning. It's beautiful. It's Tiana. It is done so well. You know, when we got it, and I don't think there's anything wrong with the inside theming of Pop Century and the All Stars and all, but they're a little bland when it does come to Disney, when it does come to trying to make you feel like you're outside of a standard hotel room that could be anywhere. And Riverside just absolutely nailed it. I love Coronado's refurbs that they did many years ago, but I still think it lacks as much Disney touch as it could have. And Riverside hit it in all the right places, but it's not like over the top and like gaudy. It's perfect. I love these rooms. It is the rooms really alone nice. Have put Riverside way up my list. I can't say that Riverside has taken over Coronado at the moderate level for me, but there's a battle. There's a resort war going on. Let's just say that between those two in my mind. So Riverside for me. What are you going with?
I'm actually going to go with my forced pick resort, and I'm going to say the Contemporary
that
standard
just
room.
Popped in my head, and that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's so nice. It's it's beautiful. It's a very large room. Yeah. And I'm going with when we were staying in the tower because it is refurbed. Mm-hmm. We have not stayed in the garden rooms yet, with them being refurbed. Yeah. I would love to though, because of the last time was very like old and dated and when squishy. Yeah. Cause we got in
the bathroom floor was squishy.
But the contemporary, tower room is just, I don't love, the Incredibles, but I like them enough that it's not like in your face. It's very subtle. I still love how the monorail is in the mirror. Like it's just gorgeous, and it's so comfortable, and it's so contemporary cool.
Yeah, I loved this room. I loved the layout. I love the wall. It's a little bit odd because you can't really sit on that if you call it a couch because it's on the same wall as the TV.
Right.
But I love what they've done with that space to add that additional seating and all that you have in addition to the beds. Not the biggest Incredibles fan in the world either, but it is such a wonderfully themed Incredibles room. I love that you open the closet doors and you can see the Incredible suits like on the back wall, like they're hanging in there.
That is cool.
So it has so many wonderful little touches for that. And honestly, the Incredibles in the time that the Incredibles takes place, kind of that 50s, 60s era is so perfect for the contemporary.
Yeah.
You know, so I think they really took the Imagineers, I think, had a challenge there to say, how do we update the contemporary, but keep it contemporary and add Disney IP to it?
Yeah.
And I don't think there was another option. So I think they absolutely knocked it out of the park. What was your backup?
I did put Animal Kingdom Lodge as my backup.
Oh, heck yeah.
That's a great
Yeah, I love
standard
those
room.
rooms too. Yeah,
What was yours?
I had Yacht Club.
Okay.
I've always loved the
Yeah.
Yacht Club rooms.
You have.
All right, let's move on to number 5, pool. Sadly for you, it is my pick.
Good.
Stormalong Bay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Good.
Who's not going to pick Stormalong Bay?
Well,
Right?
I did pick that, but I was going to switch it anyways, so I'm glad you
did
took
not.
it. I
What'd
did.
you put as your second pick? And what did I put as
wow.
my second pick?
Caribbean Beach.
Yeah.
Well, all of a sudden when you said a moderate, I was like, I thought I had a moderate, and then I was like, maybe I don't.
Yeah.
So I was gonna switch it anyways to Caribbean, but I'm gonna go ahead and say, to be 1,000% honest, I feel like I could almost take Fort Wilderness, and do
Yeah.
all of the things, because that new pool
Is a game
that
changer.
we got to sit on the side
Yep.
in the pool.
Yep.
I could sit because I'm 5'1",
Yep.
and it just was so nice. And the only reason I was thinking of Caribbean is because of the hot tub that is around the corner and out of the way, back behind the major pool.
Tends to have less children that way
It
because it takes them out of
does.
eyesight of their parents.
Correct.
Perfect.
Yeah. And then I do love the zero entry, which a lot of times that's where like I enjoy sitting. I don't want to sit in water or stand. Sometimes I just want to sit. So that's where I do like that. So yeah.
Great slide. Was it Dios de los Muertos pool? I believe is the
Sure.
official name of
Yeah.
it. Great location. It's beautiful because it's along the water there. And I know we're not throwing pool bars technically into the pool mix, but you have Banana Cabana right there
Yeah.
as your pool bar.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I went with Stormalong. You went with Caribbean.
Yep.
But you had also gone with Stormalong, and I went with Caribbean. So that was perfect.
Yeah.
You know, and when I was doing this,
But that's my moderate at least.
yeah, well, I partially had Caribbean on there because I was like, if I need a moderate at that time, because I didn't know I was going to get Coronado as the lobby. We didn't know what to pick. We didn't know what order.
Right.
But I was like, Caribbean not only would fulfill my moderate if I still need it, but I really believe it is one of the top pools on property. So it works out perfectly. All right, we're going to move over to quick service restaurant. And Rhonda, you get first stab here.
See, and this is where I was like, this is moderate, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, no, it's not. But Art of Animation, I still love that.
Dang it. That changes a lot for me.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So, no, but I am totally with you on it because that was my first pick, which was also my value pick. So I got a few things that I might have to arrange some things around.
I mean, I guess you can have it.
You know what?
You
I'm
can
going to steal
it.
I'm going. I got to say, I put it there. I'm using my steal card, Rhonda, and I'm stealing Landscapes of Flavor at Art of Animation from you. Okay. So that way, I have now secured.
Why? What was your backup?
My value. Well, my backup is El Mercado at Coronado, but I'm going to be honest. I don't have another value on my list, so I was kind of putting all of my eggs into that basket that I would get an opportunity to select that.
Wow.
So,
you're lucky
I
I'm
got
letting you
Landscape of
steal
Flavor. You don't get to let me. That's a
Yes, I
rule.
do. No.
That's a rule. What is then your backup, and what are you going to have
Pop
to go
Century.
with? At Pop? Okay, so
Yeah.
you were using it either way.
That's why I said you could steal
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
I was like,
Well, you played me, didn't you?
Well, I was gonna allow you because
Yeah.
Pop Century, but I just love their quick services. Honestly, probably out of all of them, I don't know, I just do. Like I don't mind the All Stars, but I think those are just a little bit more elevated. I feel like a little bit better.
Pop and Art.
Yeah.
I agree.
So
Yeah, I mean, you got them right across from each other, so in theory, you're bouncing back and forth pretty easily.
Yeah.
If you're staying at one compared to the other.
True.
Yeah, no, I've always loved Landscape of Flavor. They have some different bowls. They have some different cuisines and cultures represented.
And
often.
that's what I was gonna say too. I like their food.
Yeah.
Like I like Riverside and French Quarter, but some of the stuff I'm like, I don't really want that.
You
So that's
need
where
to
I
be
feel
very
like-
in the mood
Yeah.
for a
Yeah.
type if you go to Riverside or
I
French
agree.
Quarter, for example.
And I feel like
And
Pop
El
or Art.
Mercado as well. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like Pop or Art,
Yeah.
it's got that wide variety.
Yeah.
And it's so nice.
I bring this up all the time because I'm still
Salty?
bitter, salty over it. The artisan pizzas that they did at Pop Century for that short time.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the burger.
That I thought, well, the burger at Landscapes of Flavor, the Land and Sea. Actually, it was Sea and Sea. It was a crab. Wasn't it a shrimp burger topped with a crab cake?
Remember.
Brilliant. But no, when they did these artisan pizzas, this was 7 years ago or something probably. I thought it was going to be for them to roll it out to all other resorts, and you could pick these different pizzas. They were like cooking them right there, pretty much to order. They were somewhere between flatbread and thin crust and pizza, but they were so good, and I got them so many times that we went there. I hate that didn't become a norm across properties for pizza at resorts. All right, we're moving on to table service restaurant, and Rhonda, this is now your pick.
Yay! And I picked the Polly Ohana.
I was close to putting that, to be honest. I did not, but
just because it is everything.
Yeah, it really
the
is.
entire thing of food. That is the more like I've probably thought about things overall. That is my absolute favorite. I just love it.
We've had the
and
past
sitting there,
3
like,
times
breakfast,
that we've
dinner,
been there
whatever.
for dinner. We've had such great experiences.
100%.
From food to service to atmosphere to everything. You know, it has just been absolutely outstanding. So
Yes.
We don't have a plan to dine there next weekend. And maybe if something last minute
I
pops
mean,
up, we could.
I'm
but-
okay with that because I know I can go to Tambu and I
Right,
can
and we
get.
still get some of that.
what
And
do
I guarantee
want?
we do
pot
that one of
stickers.
the
Yeah, pot stickers,
afternoons, evenings.
noodles, and bread pudding.
Yeah. I do have a Kona Cafe for you and I on Thursday night. If we want to, we can decide if we want to hold on to it or not. But it's been quite some time since we've dined there, and I believe they have now a lobster mac and cheese that I'm really interested
Is that
in looking
a
at.
percentage off?
No, it is not.
I'm assuming not.
It
with
is not.
with Polly, they don't have anything for pass holders.
No. All right. I'm going to go with a restaurant I talk about a lot that I think is so underrated is Narcoossee's.
Okay.
I love Narcoossee's. I love the atmosphere. I love the
Grand Flow?
food at Grand Flow. I love the location. I love to eat there in the evening. I love the lobster bisque. Watch some fireworks. They have an incredible, they were the ones that kind of kicked off, I feel like, Grand Flow in general. Some of the 0 proof and non-alcoholic cocktails, mocktails.
Yeah.
But they also have, if you drink alcohol, prior to us stopping, we got to experience the new alcohol menu that our friend Chris put together, that their cocktails are some of the best on property. And I think the food is all outstanding. I love this place. I think it's so underrated. We need to get back there and have some lobster bisque. I don't think next weekend there's time to maybe pop over, but who knows? We'll find some time soon to do that. What was your backup for?
Actually, Riv Topolino's.
So that was my backup as well.
Huh.
We got a lot of matched up ones.
We did.
Yeah, pretty good together, aren't we? Here, we should keep at this thing.
We
All right,
should.
number 8, around 8, lounge or bar. It is my pick. Probably no surprise. Maybe it is. I'm gonna go with Walulu. Are we counting that as bar and lounge now that they take reservations? But I'm
I don't
Walulu.
know. Mine. Do you want to know mine?
I would love to know yours. It's what we're
Because I just started to say.
Look, Walulu location is amazing. The atmosphere is
Can you
incredible.
walk up and
all
just
of
sit
the
at the
food is
bar?
outstanding. Yes, you can.
I guess then you can count that.
Okay. All right. And in fact, that's what I would like for us to potentially do. That's my only thought is we found out that a friend of ours that used to work at Riv at Bar Riva is now at Walulu. I don't know his schedule, but I'm hoping we get to see him next weekend. So I'm thinking at some point we will walk up to sit at the bar for lunch or something. I want the burger. And we've yet to have. I mean, literally, I don't know that there's a food item there that I wouldn't order again.
Yeah.
And be happy with it. Now, some of them I won't order again because I like things more. But if we went one time and sat down and they're like, you have to have this item, I'm never going to be disappointed because all the food that we've had there is good. What I am very excited to see once they have been around a little bit longer is, do we get some menu updates? Do we get some new items?
Yeah.
They also have what I still think is the best 0 proof drink on property, which is their pina colada.
Yeah.
So I
don't
will be
like pina
having
coladas, but
more
they
than
are
one
good.
of those next weekend,
Yeah.
I guarantee. So yeah, that was mine. Walulu, what is your number 1 pick?
The Grand Flow. Is it the Rose?
Oh, Enchanted Rose?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm like
okay.
Enchanted Rose.
That's
yes.
a really great
I
pick.
just love that. To go into the I guess they would call it the library room, and just sit and hang out. And it is just, I absolutely love it. It's gorgeous, and it's just, it's Beauty and the Beast. So
and again, the cocktails are incredible there.
Yeah.
I don't think we've been in 27 months, but we ought to go back and get a little bite to eat when they serve food, see what their zero proof, their mocktail game is. Again, we're going to be in that area all next weekend. There might be some time to check it out. I really like that pick. My backup, of course, was Three Bridges. What was your backup?
actually, this might be shocking, but the Dolphin, like the bar in that giant, lobby.
At like Swan and Dolphin?
Yeah.
Okay. We were really
You
looking at
didn't
Walt Disney
say.
World owned properties.
Well,
rule number 7.
no.
Walt Disney World owned properties.
It's a
Fins.
backup anyways.
Fins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay. All right.
it's a backup. It
All right.
doesn't
If-
even
if
matter.
if this had been your number one pick.
It was
No,
Enchanted
if this had
Rose.
been your number one pick, though, I would have had to seek counsel and see, because I think that is, hey, it's the first time you've tried to pull a little fast one, though, so I am proud of you for that. All right, we are going to move on to transportation. This gets to be my pick. This is obviously not a resort transportation in sense, like we don't have to pick a resort, but it is a style. My number one is actually going to be boats.
Oh, that's what I picked.
Is it? Oh, I'm sorry. You do have a steel card you haven't used yet if you
No,
really
it's
want
fine.
it. Here's the thing with the boats, and
Because I have a backup.
Rachel's mom aside, but she has done a boat now.
She is. And she's going to go on a cruise.
I know. It's amazing.
That is.
That would be a fun one to go on. Most people are going to be okay with boats.
Yeah.
Not everyone's going to be okay with the Skyliner and height and, being afraid of that. So, I do enjoy the monorail. I just wish there was more of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just so limited. And honestly, the monorail is so packed, I feel like, all of the time now.
Wow.
Now that might slow down because, with some of the transportation things they're putting in effect. Don't be surprised if coming soon you're going to see more transportation limits, especially as the holidays roll around. You probably did not see this.
Of course I did.
No more Grand Flow giant gingerbread house.
I did see that because you and
It
Rachel
sounds like
were
it is
talking
retired
about it.
and it is done for. There will be like a village or something there, but it wouldn't shock me if by that time that is for resort guests only, and not necessarily Grand Flow resort guests only, but Walt Disney World resort guests only. So just kind of get that in the back of your head. That probably very well could be coming. But yeah, boats, everybody can do them. They're so peaceful. They're so it's one of the only transportations I don't mind if I have to stand up on.
Yeah.
When you think of the big ferry boats, my favorite boats are those smaller boats that take you from your location of Fort Wilderness over to the Magic Kingdom area. There's just nothing like them. I love the boat from Magic to Poly to Grand Flow, So I'm going with boats as my number one pick. What is your backup pick then?
Because that was my number one. My backup is monorail. Honestly, the only reason I think I picked these two is because of, unfortunately, the heat and the rain recently. Yeah. Because, buses are fine. I don't mind the buses, but I think they are so packed that I like the monorail better if it's packed.
I will agree with that. I definitely will agree with that.
And the monorail is air conditioned. It's not like ice cold like sometimes the boats, the buses are, but still. And then of course, if you're on a boat, it feels really good. It just sucks when you're just sitting there in the heat or something. But that's what I picked.
What we haven't been on? Well, Skyliner was my backup. What we haven't been on in forever? Double bus.
I haven't
almost never see them. I wonder if they're still available.
I don't know.
Because I don't know that they ever got the full wraps and all. So I wonder if they retired them. But the girls used to love the double buses because they would sit in the, what would you call it? The elbow, the joint, where they connected, and they loved being in that area.
Could you imagine? All right. So we've been talking recently, about, would you think we could buy a Disney bus? An old one, and then
when you sit around and go,
people,
what if I won the lotto? This is one of our what if I won the lottery talks.
Sure. I think it's very doable if like between my dad, maybe, I don't know. But anyways, these people that buy like old buses and then transform
Refurbish,
them
transform would be the word.
into a camper.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing. I love watching them.
Yeah.
But Jeremy said, what if we could have a Disney bus? And he was like, we could have where it still looked like a Disney bus and everything. I don't think they would allow that. They would have to.
No, they would not.
But I just thought, oh my gosh, what if we had a double bus? Like,
all right,
that would be
step one, play the lottery.
Yeah. But that would be so weird. I mean, how would you even like?
Oh, that'd be so cool.
But there's not even a campsite big enough.
I don't know.
Pull-throughs.
Yeah, I don't know the length of those things, but you're right. You probably couldn't even park it anywhere at a campsite.
I'm like, where would you even put it?
It'd be fun to put the bathroom in that joint, though. So
No.
you just don't tell people. Like, and then imagine standing up and peeing in that thing, and it's just swerving all over the place
while you're
That would make it-
moving.
that would make
Okay.
it rough. All right, we're going into the final round. Round 10, recreation. This is Rhonda's pick, and I have to hope she doesn't pick mine, or I got a lot of stuff to worry about.
Okay.
What is your pick?
Well, this is where I asked him. It was my last one I saved because we were gone. I got my toes done. He got his face done. I asked him, like, can we pick the same? And that's when he said the whole Polly thing. So I went ahead, and this is my second, like, I guess, double pick, which is Fort Wilderness.
Yeah, it is the correct pick.
It is.
100%. It is the correct pick.
Because there's just so much to horses, to going to visit the horses, to letting your little kids ride the ponies, to archery, to mining, to fishing.
The
and
best movie under the stars there is with Chippendale's campfire sing-along.
So fun, except like, bring your own chairs because those benches can get really hard.
For sure.
I mean, just so much. It's just so cool. And
it is the pick.
Honestly, like, I mean, throw, in my opinion, hunting. The
hunting?
For the
like shooting animals.
No.
For the scavenger hunting.
Thank you.
Yes.
Scavenger hunting.
It's like,
hunting.
what have you been doing when I go to bed at night when we stay at Fort Wilderness? Oh my goodness. No, you're right.
I mean,
but even the golf
animals.
carts. A golf cart is a part of those amenities. So it is the ultimate pick. It would have been my pick, except I waited until the very last round to use my force pick.
Why?
Which I think is because I didn't know where else to fit it. It's Saratoga Springs.
It's a good standard room.
I could have used it for the standard room, yes, but Riverside is clearly the better room, and I wanted my Riverside in there. No, but you do have there some bike rentals in Surrey Bike Rentals. You have your location. I know that's not part of it, but I'm going to pull a Rhonda to Disney Springs is right there. So we just use all the Disney Springs amenities. They all count, don't
right?
They? No, I remember staying.
There is no Disney Springs amenities.
Yeah, like Cirque du Soleil.
You have to pay for all that.
You have to pay to get tie-dye t-shirt. You have to pay for archery. You have to pay for horses. You got to pay for golf carts.
Okay.
Checkmate.
Okay.
I saw a meme earlier and it was like, life is like a game of chess. Unfortunately, I don't know how to play chess.
You don't?
No, I do not. I don't understand chess. I know one of them you can only move in an L shape.
Yeah.
I don't want to be told what to do.
Okay.
No, Saratoga's one. I know that all of the resorts have certain poolside activities and have things like Mickey tie-dye shirts and all. But like when you have a DVC resort, and Saratoga is so truly DVC, even as a standard guest, you often get access to a lot of extra things to do.
Yeah.
I loved when we stayed at the tree houses for Main Street 16 a couple years ago. And you and I went and spent a pool day and we did the Mickey tie-dye shirts right there. Like it has really got a lot going on there. So I do think that it is a good pick, even though it's my fourth pick. And honestly, I just had a feeling that Fort Wilderness wasn't going to be it. And Fort Wilderness came to mind a little bit later because I had to put Saratoga.
What was your backup?
I had Old Key West for the same reasons. I remember spending all that time there. We did not rent DVC there. We were not DVC there when we took the kids one time. They're somewhere. They're on one of these shelves where they painted Aladdin and Dory. Remember, and we took advantage of the community hall.
Yeah.
So I do think that there's a lot of things there. Another one I would throw up there, I could have put in the list if I didn't have my fourth pick, is Animal Kingdom Lodge.
I almost picked that as my backup,
Yeah.
but I didn't, and I picked Swan and Dolphin.
There you go again with the Swan and Dolphin.
Why?
Because it's not a Disney-owned resort.
But it's right there.
I didn't know I
and
had to make that clear at the beginning.
You
At
should have.
Rule 7. I'm going to update the rules when I put these on Wonderland Crew. Say rule number 7, no Swan
Okay,
and Dolphin.
fine.
Because honestly, Swan and Dolphin pool would have been second to Storm
Well,
Along Bay.
that's why I actually was like, well, that's why
Amenities.
I did
amenities
recreation.
definitely
Right.
would have been second.
Yeah.
So, but that wasn't part of
Okay.
the game. All right. Here are our final. Do you want to? If at the end of
you're
this you
good.
decide you want to, you're just going to hold on to that steel card for now. That's just being cocky.
I'm going to
That's just
hold
being cocky.
on to
You're
it
gonna frame it.
and use it for something else, maybe.
Oh, I'm gonna I'm gonna get a
just gonna-
meal and sit down. And you're gonna pull that out and be like steel and just take my
Yeah.
take my dinner.
I'm going to, maybe.
I'm gonna be eating salt and straw. I'm a one lick in. Steal. I'm taking your salt and
I
that's
got it.
rude.
Let's
Okay.
see, what does this steel card say? Like,
It's
I
only
am
entitled
using
to this
steel
game.
card. Nuh-uh.
Yeah, it's just entitled.
One time used wisely. No, it
Yep.
doesn't say.
Okay.
This card allows the holder to steal one category from their opponent
Yeah,
during.
say category.
No.
During
building-
what? Yeah, during this game. Thank you. Tell you what.
I'm
if
gonna
you
cut
want,
off. I'm gonna cut off and just steal
Here
card.
you go. You can hold on to it. And when we play a game like this again and we implement steel cards, you technically would have 2. I'll let you roll it over to us playing this game again. Is that cool?
Okay.
All right. Here are the final picks. We would love to know your thoughts to see who you think wins. For location, I have Beach Club. Rhonda has Fort Wilderness. For the overall theme, I have the Polynesian. Rhonda has the All-Star Resorts, specifically movies. For the lobby, I have Coronado and Grand Destino Tower, and Rhonda has Wilderness Lodge. For the standard room, I selected Riverside. Rhonda selected the Contemporary, which was her fourth pick. For the pool, I got Stormalong Bay, and Rhonda went with Caribbean Beach Resort. For quick service restaurant, I stole Landscape of Flavors from Rhonda, so she went with Pop Centuries, Everything Pop, and Dining. For table service restaurants, I selected Narcoossee's. Rhonda went with Ohana. For lounge bar, I chose Walulu Bar and Grill, and Rhonda chose the Enchanted Rose. One of the surprise picks of the game, but I think such a good one. For transportation, I am getting on a boat. Rhonda's getting on the monorail. And finally, for recreation, I am tie-dyeing at Saratoga Springs while Rhonda is hunting animals at Fort Wilderness Resort. So those
No, don't say
are-
that because I don't want people to
No,
think you
no,
can.
you cannot.
do
Archery
that.
is into
Archery.
straw targets.
Yes.
It is not into deer or rabbits or turkeys, which you can find around the property.
Yes.
If you slip and you
Armadillos.
hit a snake, hey, sometimes things happen.
Okay.
All right. So if you would like to play this at home, you can either do one thing. You can just take all our ideas and make the game yourself, or you can check out Wonderland Crew at wonderlandcrew.com. That is our Patreon group, and I will have all of these uploaded at some time over the next several days, so you can print them out easily, play at home, even with a steel card. And then maybe you hang on to it and you steal salt and straw from your loved one on your next trip. Also, of course, go join our mailing list at mainstmagic.com. It's right up at the top. I do send out weekly emails with updates on our news, food reviews, and our episodes, anything special else that happens. And then subscribe. Brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday. Got a lot of fun stuff coming up. And of course, both Rhonda and I would be so very thankful if you could please leave us a rating and review.
Because it helps our show grow.
That's all we've got, and we'll see you real soon.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts, Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.